Hello. Look at this wood. Oh, yes. To answer the question of what's gone wrong with the multiplayer server, the Nitrado side of things started to reboot apparently about 4 o'clock German time this morning, and it's still rebooting. It's somehow bricked itself. Have I managed to cause hilarious lag? Yes, I have. Okay, so I set the settings too high. Nice to know. I'm gonna have to come out of the game, aren't I? Yes. So let's hit save. Just so time continues to pass. Hey, quick! Settings too high, no such thing. No, I cranked everything. Just to see exactly how far I could push it, and I pushed it too far. Let's turn that down. Let's turn these down to 150. Turn this down. I wanted to see how far I could push it, and I pushed it too far. Like I said, Sim, I wanted to see how far I could push it, and I pushed it too far. Hey, quick! Let's get back into the Meadow Grove save here. You can see that I'm just accumulating save files. Or an engine issue. Yeah. The engine doesn't like it when you do that much. But now we know. Now we know that FarmSim gets really angry if you do it too far. Okay, how's it now? Looks more stable now. This cheat run is great for testing. Yeah, we got it stabilized. So what I want to do today is grab Fat Bertha. And I want to get rid of the sprayer we have. I'm gonna need to grab the Kramer just to move a couple of bales here. Yoink! Also, Sim, have you... What's my FPS? Probably solid 60 now. Yeah. That's probably not going to budge ever. Or until, like, I really... In X-Plane I'm getting a relatively solid 30, which is about what I'm aiming at. Ooh, I got 58 there for a split second. This is the fun of, like, having a new graphics card. You don't know exactly what it can do, so you push it and see exactly how far you can squeeze the squeezy. Hey, Brad. How you doing today, dude? I'm gonna share after the stream what happens when I crank my X-Plane settings, because I was doing some test flights into London City last night, because that's like right in the centre of London. That was not what I wanted to do. So let's grab this. And I don't need to hook up the PTO. Do need to lift it, and we'll just empty it out there. This is getting sold off. Do not need this big. I have downloaded something. The small boy. Yes, this sprayer's too big. It is too large. The size is exceptional. Excessive. Excitingly excellent. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I went somewhere and I got lost. On the bright side, I'm now playing the game almost completely cranked. Hey, CD. That was not the horn, that was the horn. Just casually turning on and off the... Ooh! I wonder, is that a game engine thing there, or is there there's something over there that's killing frames? So there is an actual sane reason why I'm doing this. And it is that I bought a small sprayer. I don't need that one that big. Let's get the optimal 400 is. See, even the name says I don't need two. One is optimal. 400. See, look, that is the perfect size for this map. With a small boy sprayer. Perfectly sized. I've slightly run over it. That is adorable. That is absolutely freaking adorable. Oh wow, that's significantly wider than I was expecting. Who's that in the background? I have no idea. I can't hear it. What'd be a recommendation for PC specs for under $1,000? I mean, go on like Newegg or PC Part Picker and just start picking things out that match. You'll want to be spending the most on CPU and GPU, and other than that, kind of just give people in the background. Well, yes, I'm not the only person that lives in this house, Bradley. There's bound to be people here because, like, yeah, it's family home. There's gonna be people in the house. 7800X, 16 gig RAM, 2060 or 70. 2070 is nearly that entire budget by itself, Yanis. So I would say probably like a 2060 or even a 1060 or 70. Do I know how to add hours to tractors? Yes. You drive them. You just go mental and splash out. That's a good idea, but only if you want a complete powerhouse PC. Like I'm one of these people who just wants, like in the XML. I used to, but I forgot. I'll be honest, the more money you spend on a PC, the less money you have to spend a year down the road on a PC. You know, the more money you spend, the longer it is until you gotta spend a decent amount of money again. Which is why I go for kind of insane-o builds. Have I seen the price of new silly Nvidia cards? I bought a 2070, so yes. Can I afford? Because I do have a plan, believe it or not. It's a very rough plan, but it's a plan nonetheless. I cannot afford. I should probably have downloaded a mod. Right, that's annoying. Same reason as me said. You spend more in one bulk go so that you don't have to spend a whole lot in upgrades. Like, sure, I'm beginning the process of upgrading mine now, but it can be something relatively slow where you just replace one part like I did yesterday. Granted, the next stage of upgrades is basically a rebuild, because it'll be a CPU swap, which means a new motherboard, which means a new RAM. Or I could go with more hard drive space, I guess. I'm gonna go 32 or more. 32 is godlike. 32 is amazing. I thoroughly recommend, if you have the money, to go 32 gigs of RAM. From experience. So good. Good maps, one of your favorites? It's my favorite at the moment, actually. I am preferring this map to Oakfield, which is why you haven't seen much Oakfield on the channel lately. I'm really liking getting the small guys out. Because these are the kind of vehicles that I prefer playing with anyway. 16 DDR4 instead of 32 DDR3. See, I would have gone with the 32 DDR3s, personally. Excuse me. No, 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 no. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, stop. Tractor just took off. I mean, I know that I hired a worker, but I didn't intend to. You can sit there, that'll be fine. How many horsepower does this Deutz have? Many. It's actually, I think, 94 or 96. The most powerful tractor I have on this map is 117, so... Apart from the harvester, I think the harvester is the most powerful piece of equipment I have. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of beastly power on the map, which is intentional. Yeah, it's fun to go with huge equipment, but I really like, I guess, challenging myself to use smaller stuff. It's just a bit more fun for me. Especially on a map like this where you can get away with it. Like on Oakfield, I wouldn't dare use most of this equipment other than as yard tractors. But, Meadow Grove? Absolutely. You like square bells? That's a fair reason to have a big tractor on Meadow Grove, to be fair. Because there's no square baler out that can deal with small equipment, which is really annoying. Hey Rupert, how you doing today, dude? I'd love if somebody made a square baler, ideally like a conventional baler, like the small square bales. I think that'd be really cool. If somebody were to make a good conventional baler, not just the same welder we've seen for the last 10 years, but a good new one from scratch. Like, I don't mind if it's the same model as the welder, or the same baler being recreated. But, not Cobra again. What? Yeah, I don't mind somebody like recreating that baler, but as a new model, I think that the old welder from, I think it's Arm Team, it's just like... Oh yeah, that time I created a... It was actually 2,000 bales on Coldbury, yeah. Small script on Mod Network, never heard of that website. So immediate lack of trust, I'm afraid. That's kind of my default with farm sim mod sites at this point, because 90% of them are just dodgy sites full of stolen mods or mods that are barely functional and stuff like that, and it sucks. I'd love to be able to say, oh yeah, these 12 sites are fantastic for farm sim mods, but honestly there's like 2 that are really good and one of them barely gets any mods on anymore, and that's FSUK. The other one, of course, being Giant's Mod Hub. Other than that, do I trust anywhere? No. You'll notice that I'm not even using Mod Hoster, because like, I feel like they've gone down the dodgy site rabbit hole a bit too much. Yeah, that's I think the biggest advantage of playing Farm Sim on console is every mod that comes to console is guaranteed to be good and guaranteed to work for the most part. Might conflict with something, but it's not going to have as many issues as, we'll say, 90% of PC mods. Console gets quality over quantity, and I prefer that any day. That's actually why I don't download many mods anymore. I prefer to have 5 good mods over 500 bad ones. Also, hey Jemison, or Jemison, PS4. I'll make fun of console, sure, but I think they get the I think they get the best deal when it comes to mods. You know, if you're playing on PS4, hey Oxy, if you're playing on PS4 and you download a mod, you know it's gonna work. If you're playing on PC and you go to dodgy mod site for farmsim.com, you download John Deere 6470S, which may or may not be an actual tractor, I don't know. I'm just making it up for the purposes of an example here. You put it in game and there's probably a 50-50 chance it'll actually work. Well, most of those sites, there's a 50-50 chance it's not even for 19. I'd much prefer to just go to the mod hub and say, hey, this mod looks nice, I'll download it. FSUK gets the same treatment from me though, because they actually test the mods. Download something from FSUK? Yeah, that's gonna work. I need to check that site again. They've had so few mods lately that I've not even bothered checking, and it's kind of a sad state of affairs, because I remember back in FS13 that was the place to go. And Giant's Mod Hub got like 1 mod a month, maybe. It's safe, you use it a lot. That doesn't mean it's not dodgy. I'll go on it later. Or I guess Simulate can. By the way, Simulate, if you're here. If you're here, Simulate. I got the date of Double or Nothing wrong. It's not on tomorrow night, it's on tonight. Are you going to watch? They tested some. Okay, generally speaking, things work. Sometimes bad mods and potentially bad maps fall through the cracks, but generally speaking, things you download from FSUK are gonna work. I'm going to guess the notifications haven't gone out today, by the way, because I'm looking at the current viewers and it's like 20. Which kind of sucks. They didn't. Oh, GG. Good job, YouTube. You have literally one job. That's to let people know when content's going out. But, no, you're gonna screw with sub numbers instead. That's totally something, you know, something that actually works they're gonna screw with. Yeah, they're gonna kill Social Blade because, hey, we want to unify sub numbers everywhere and completely screw over creators. Because we're not already doing that enough. I wish it was viable to have an actual rival to YouTube, but how's my day been though? It's been good. I'm actually in a good mood today. I'm just sick and tired of YouTube pulling crap and breaking stuff that is fine and not fixing stuff that is broken. I can't remember a time in the last, what, 4 years that I've been doing YouTube where everything actually works. Yeah, that's why I do the announcement pings on Discord. There's a fun in doing those things. There's no fun in it, but it's good business. Something that YouTube needs to figure out what the hell that is. I mean, good business would have been banning Logan Paul that time, but nope. No, he has the Disney face, so he can't be banned ever. Good business to be actually listening to the people who make all the money on the platform, which is, you know, the YouTubers themselves, listening to what they want fixed. But no, they're just gonna screw with things that aren't broken. Is this solid? No, yes. Fantastic. YouTube cares more about cash than the community. The problem with that idea is that they're chasing away people who are bringing in the cash, which is the YouTubers. It's like, I'll put it this way. I'm anticipating not getting paid for anything this month. I'm anticipating making 0 because YouTube has a minimum payout threshold, and last I checked I was nowhere near it. So I'm probably doing everything this month for effectively for free. And because YouTube have, it's because YouTube have killed out revenue, basically. I'm 100% reliant on like donations and super chats to get paid by YouTube, and people becoming members on it. Hey, Kyle. And YouTube have basically killed YouTube. You know, it's gone down the toilet. So I'll be real blunt here. I'm looking for work. I'm looking for a job out there in the real world, and when I get one, this channel's suddenly going to not be PG, and it's suddenly going to lose every single bit of Farm Sim content, and it's just going to be me streaming X-Plane as and when I want to, whatever way I want to. Because it's more enjoyable. Playing this map on Xbox right now, very nice, Kyle. I think I've still overdone it with the graphics settings slightly, because getting dips down to like 40 FPS. Oh, good lord, that was 20. Farming only hay on Meadow Grove. Very nice. I want to do some silage, but I need to figure out how to make some money in the meantime. That's why I'm mowing these fields. Do you know, that's probably a terrible idea. I need to, I've just realized this is a bad idea, Dave. Field 24 needs to be worked. Field 20 has been cultivated, so let's do a bit of field work, I guess. Let's grab Minty. Put the cultivator on the back. And get over to field 24. Is the lag on your side or mine? It's probably on mine. Unless it's, like, if it's FPS lag, then it's on my side. If it's internet lag, it's possibly on yours. Not 100% sure. Hey, Tom. I'm not getting any warnings from YouTube about internet issues, so I would presume it's going to be something on your side. There we go. I think it's a bit of both, but you blame me. That's fair enough. That's fair enough, really. I mean, I'm used to getting blamed for everything. I'm... That's all the chat about YouTube, you keep missing it. YouTube are breaking things again. They want to change how sub numbers work, so we'll say right now I'm showing, you know, 9518 subs at the bottom left. If YouTube get their way, that number will go away, as will sub goals. Because YouTube want to just make it so that it's the abbreviated number of, like, probably like 10k for me, or 9.5k. Will that affect you? I mean, if you're a YouTuber, then yes. I'm not having a rant. I'm just sick and tired. And I ask anybody who does YouTube, they'll tell you the same thing. I'm sick and tired of YouTube just breaking things that aren't broken. Or trying to fix things that aren't broken. And not fixing the things that are. Like notifications. Yeah, you all know. This is the really frustrating thing. Their excuse for that is, well, you can still see the sub number on your dashboard. No, you can't, because that's never right. It's like it's always wrong. It's been off by like 50 subs for me for the last, God, 3 months, 3-4 months. It disagrees with every other number that I see about my channel. The only way that most YouTubers know how many subs they actually have isn't the dashboard, it's Social Blade, which YouTube wants to kill. For no reason other than we want to change things. Why do you want to change things? Because we can. Well, why don't you fix things that are broken, like notifications that never work? Like the sub box that is basically useless. Or the layout of the home page. Well, no. We're going to change how people see a number. We're going to change how you're able to market your channel, because every YouTube channel is sold based on... Yeah, every YouTube channel is picked by advertisers, by game developers, by publishers, based on how many subs they have. And if you can't give them an exact number of subs, well, screw you. Or because of this the ridiculous YouTube rounding, the sub number is showing less than you actually have. Hey, you're not going to get the same deals that you would otherwise. Now, I'm not going to get any deals because I got basically no subs and my channel's dead. Which is why I'm looking for a job. It's just... YouTube isn't worth the amount of time it would take and effort it would take to try and resurrect this channel, if it even were possible. Which, that I'm not even sure of. But I'd be so far down the YouTube algorithms that there's always round down. It rounds up eventually, but it's like, we'll say you've got 9,499 subscribers. YouTube would, with the new system they want to bring in, show 9,000 and just ignore 500 people, basically. Got a little bit farther with setting flights. Very nice 774. Try using like SimBrief or something. Makes life a bit easier. Speaking of SimBrief, I need to update my nav cycle on that. I'm using last month's cycle still. Using the lava. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I would recommend using SimBrief. It'll use like super old Navigraph data and potentially give you some points that aren't too usable for you. But you'll find that it's a lot easier to generate flight plans with SimBrief. With certain planes. Some planes don't work properly at all. A farm I'm running from the beginning farm up by the... up with the cows. The cow yard. So Meadow Grove Dairies, I guess? Landy be making big changes. As will I, CV. Like, Landy, is in a position where those changes are going to happen a bit sooner, possibly. But, yeah, you're going to see definitely me and Landy making changes to the way things work on our channels. And basically for the same reason, is YouTube, just can't support anything really anymore for us. Never could for me, but it's getting to the point where I need to actually have money to do things that I like. Hey, Kim. Because increasingly I'm finding myself limited by like, oh, I can't afford that, or that, or that, or that, or that, or anything that I'd like. So, yeah, changes have to happen eventually, and when time comes when things need to change. Hey, Epic for real. How you doing today, dude? Should turn Meadow Grove into a video series. The problem is, Bob, I don't really... This is the key. I don't really like doing videos. I don't enjoy it as much anymore. Streaming is fine, because like I've got that instant interaction with you guys, but videos, because they just, streams are getting this way as well, because they just don't get views at all. There's Like, it's just me spending a few hours doing something that like 200 people are gonna watch, maybe. And while I'm sure those 200 people would really enjoy it, it just... I can't justify it. And I'm not enjoying Farm Sim as much as I used to. Like, Farm Sim is not as fun for me anymore as it was even a year ago. Or even towards the end of 17 when I was burnt out. It's just, I'm just not... I don't know. It might be because I've been playing it basically every day for the last, what, 4 years? But as a series, I'm just, as a game, just not finding it as enjoyable as I used to. You very much could, Bob. Does that to do with Farm Sim or YouTube? Bit of both, I think. Just frustrated with YouTube. Comedy is I want to start a new YouTube channel doing something completely different. That's going to involve a butt ton of work. And that's actually part of the reason I don't want to go back to doing videos on this channel. But, in terms of like the games that I stream, Farm Sim, it is Farm Sim. Because X-Plane, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing with that, and you know, the views on X-Plane streams are hilariously low. But it's something that I'm enjoying, so I genuinely don't care that the streams have like 6 people in them. I'd much prefer to enjoy myself than to do something just for the sake of getting views. Which is a terrible outlook for a YouTuber, but that's the way that I look at things. Anyway, we've almost got this field done. I do enjoy... This is my favorite bit of my Meadow Grove. Is like, even with 3 meters equipment, you can get a field done in like 10 minutes. Like, you really feel like you're making progress with like everything on this map, and it's great. Now, Sim Brief is free 1174. You can link it up to Navigraph if you want, and I have, but I actually need to go into SimBrief tonight and update my charts, or the nav data on there, but you don't actually need to do anything particularly special with it. Like, it's completely free, you just need to sign up and you're good. See it down the line? Where did I put the cedar? Oh, the cedar's in there. Let's use Fat Bertha on the cedar. Let's give Fat Bertha something to do. Because I need to seed both fields now, and Fat Bertha's slightly faster than the Ursus. And Minty. go, it's everything hooked up. Didn't think you'd enjoy explaining as much as you are? Are you finding it fun or relaxing? That's the real question. Because some people find flight simming fun, some people find it just super relaxing. I've got the cedar stuck now. There we go. Probably shouldn't have disconnected it. Encoding overloaded. You're kidding me, right? This thing is twice as powerful as the 980 and it's probably twice the clock speed as well, and it's overloading encoding. Stressful at the moment trying to learn the nav map. Just be glad you're not looking at charts 1174. Charts would probably break you. Let's put down some barley. Did you buy it outright, or are you using the demo? I'm presuming you bought it outright. And if you did, then the one thing I'll say is just like watch. And this is a really good way to learn. Watch people like Aviation 101, Flight Chops. Like watch real life pilots doing like flying in real life, and you actually learn a whole lot of how to fly from them. It's not a case of like you can pick it up in 5 minutes. It is something that you need to take time. Sat down, watching videos, learning from other people's mistakes, learning tidbits from real life pilots, and it becomes a whole lot easier as you progress with flight simming. I guess it's the same as like playing, doing anything. Whether it's playing farm sim, because everybody starts off and there's no idea what to do, and you kind of pick it up along the way and start learning, what equipment is going to work best for what size fields, and eventually being able to gauge what equipment you'll want by eye, and making it more difficult for yourself for no good reason or whatever. Flight simming is much the same. Struggling with setting approaches at the moment, got the basic flight plan, but this approach you can't work out. In your GPS, it's the... I'm presuming you're in like a Cessna or something. It's the procedures key, PROC. And then you select a valid approach for the runway you want to go to. If you're really struggling, I'd recommend RNAV. Because that is a GPS based approach. It's also the most precision approach. If you're not struggling as much, then you can go with ILS. Again, it's a precision approach, but it does require a bit of effort on top of it. And then you got the non-precision approaches, VRDME and visuals, which I have no idea how to fly a VRDME. Or an NDB approach. They just confuse the crap out of me. What do I think of the mods we got yesterday? Trailers! Lots of trailers, Kevin. None that really interested me. Like, I wasn't particularly taken aback by anything, and nothing grabbed me as something that I needed to download straight away. I'm sure they're all very good. But nothing really The way I look at things, a trailer is a trailer is a trailer, and when there's 17 relatively small dolly trailers on a map, well, which one's the best? Because they all do the same thing. Welcome back, Greek dude. Hey, Irish Agri. Welcome to Deadstream, because YouTube didn't bother sending out notifications again. What's today's discussion topic? Whatever you guys want to talk about. Yeah, Landy's been recommending the Fent 500. Your PC runs X-Plane better than FarmSim. X-Plane is really well optimized. A trick, by the way, at 1174 to get even more FPS out of X-Plane is in the options menu, where, like in your graphics options, set reflections to minimal, because X-Plane is a bit broken with reflections, and if it's set to anything other than minimal, it kills frames. We'll be watching tonight. Do you watch tomorrow? I'm presuming then that you're working tonight, Sim. Because I'm gonna be, I'm probably gonna watch. Just kind of out of curiosity at what Cody in the books can do. I can't believe it. YouTube did not send notifications. This has never happened before. Hey, Edibu. Oh, you're out. You can always cancel. Oh no, it's that dude's birthday, isn't it? Never mind, don't cancel. Don't be a Rudy Poo. Going downhill is like put me in neutral, I can work pretty much. Landy was telling me he has like 5 tractors on this map. I'm just like, yeah, that's definitely a number of tractors. I don't think that's necessary, but yeah, you do you. You do you, Landy, you lunatic. He also told me people were shouting at him because they have like 2 tractors, and I'm just like, yeah, people are always gonna shout at everybody. I think I said it in Giants Discord yesterday, the day before. It's like, everybody in the internet is angry about everything, just deal with it. Landy always likes loads of tractors. I tend to have like 2 or 3 on every map. Like, generally speaking, I pop 2 or 3 tractors onto any given map, and then kind of go from there. Because I always find that's a nice balance between, you can have one that's super powerful for the really heavy work, and then one that's maybe not as powerful, and one in the middle somewhere. Farms and bores you now. I find myself agreeing with that assessment, Bradley. It's just, I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to fix it, but it's not as fun as it used to be. Hey, Shy. Took the arable yard a little Deutz. Very nice. You like the Fortune and Minty? Hard worker won't work with spreader for compost. Any ideas? Do you have compost set as a subset, or as do you have compost designed or defined as a subset of manure? Because I'm going back to the FS13 days, because I haven't put in multifruit since then. FS13, FS15. It used to be the case that you had to define a crop as a subset of another crop. and it would usually work reasonably well. I don't know if that will work anymore. It says the spreader is empty even though it's not. What happens if you set it so the hired worker can buy goods? Will it buy manure? Setup similar to manure. Try defining it as a subtype of manure, if that's even possible. Oh, I don't know how you would go about fixing that. Because the old school solution back in the day was to just say it was a type of manure and define it as manure. I think it's a hard coding thing. Yeah. Because it, like, the way that I'm suggesting used to work at the very least, seemingly it doesn't anymore. Things like this are why modders are quitting, because it's just increasing the faff levels of everything to the point where a lot of people are just thinking it's not worth the time to try doing this. I'm just going to do something much more enjoyable that'll take the same amount of time, but I get a reward at the end of it, like play it, you know, do a flight sim or play some Fortnite or something. Or CSGO or whatever. The Edge you watch wasn't for the faint-hearted. I've noticed that ads on YouTube are getting weirder and weirder. I keep getting ads for a Korean school for some reason, and I'm really not sure why. Like, just this random school in Korea, and like, thanks, but I don't care. Got one last night in the middle of a video for a Volkswagen Golf, I think it was, and I was like, I don't drive, why would I care about this? This is all farm safety, that's what you get. That is at least related to the videos you watch, Stephen. Like, I'm not gonna knock when you get videos related to the content you watch. But when I'm getting videos or ads about Korean schools and Japanese toothpaste, I'm just kind of sat there like, why is this a thing? And 5 trillion bloody Fortnite ads. Hey Drew. Am I? I'm good. Just I'm watching videos about the Korean education system. No, that's the thing. I've watched one, but that was yesterday, and I've been getting those weird Korean school ads for the last 2 weeks. And the one I watched yesterday was just like talking about how the Korean like SAT end of school exam things work, and it's just a full day of people doing exams. Farm accident ads aren't the nicest. Oh, I have zero doubt about that, because they tend to be kind of an attempt to scare you into doing the right thing. Hey Nathan. Hope Nathan said Meadow grows on console because it looks great. I'm sure he's distraught. Ads get so boring. They are, yeah. They just annoy me. It doesn't help that the ad pool on YouTube is like seemingly really small, because I just keep getting the same 3 or 4 constantly. It's like, you know, YouTube, this is why people use ad block, because they're sick and tired of seeing the same 2 ads repeated on a loop forever. the advertisers aren't helping because ads are just getting weirder and more annoying of late. How's it going? It's going pretty good. Is Apex Legends any good? I have no idea. I'll be honest, the only game I really have a lot of interest in playing at the moment is X-Plane. Like, that is my absolute jam right now. Kevin, I can show you what's happening with your cows. It's nothing Nathan can fix, so... See how my cows are all frozen? I walk into the field. Frozen, 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 moving. Frozen, moving. Frozen, moving. Frozen, moving. It's a game limitation. There's literally nothing Nathan can do to fix that. I'm gonna get Red Dead Redemption... I don't know. I don't know if Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy Shooting would be something that appeals to me all that much. Hashtag video got Farm Max in it, but it's related though. That's the thing, Stephen, is like, I have zero issue with ads that are related to the content you watch. Jen's already worried about the Farm Sim League. Did I ever play any shooters? Many years ago, not really. The only one that I've had any fun with lately was, Spec Ops The Line, and that was mainly because it had a really interesting storyline. That wasn't just shoot bad guys because they are brown or Russian, which is the two defaults for shooters, is shoot bad guys because Russians, or shoot bad guys because not white. Giants only care about making the money. Yeah, I mean, that's how businesses work, which is why I'm not complaining too much about the well, a few things. Problem for Giants really is going to be moving forward, how do they get interest back into the game? Because FS19 is struggling to garner interest from people. FS17 was good. FSL just annoys you. I like the idea. It's just a bit, a bit overemphasized, I think. Why make it competitive if it's a farming game? Because esports are just the done thing at the moment, and it's potentially a really good advertising route. I'm not going to disagree with you there, 74. I kind of have the same opinion that Farm Sim, I'm not going to blame Giants for it, but Farm Sim just people seem to be losing interest in. Seasons, that's why it's died down. I don't think it's even seasons. It's COD good, but you know, I mean, the only time I've really played Call of Duty was when I was drunk in college, so I don't know if I have a particularly good opinion there. I think it's really fun when you're drunk, but in terms of, like, as a game, maybe not. Because all I did with COD was play gun game and only use the knife. I was one of those people who just trolled people. Like, I knew I wasn't gonna win, I was terrible and not particularly good at anything. But, yeah, I just decided to troll instead, which was more fun. Watch James Bond movies, yes. I love James Bond. So much more people would like, but it won't happen. Some of it will, some of it won't, but the problem, I think, facing Farm Sim is just apathy. People don't care as much about Farm Sim as they did 2 years ago. I almost feel like Giants would be as well served by bringing back either as a one-off or as a new kind of series, Ski Region Simulator, and doing some more Ski Region Sim games, because that would get a lot of interest back into Giants and probably make them a lot of money. This is one of those games that I just keep seeing people talking about, and Giants don't seem to have any interest in redoing it. But I'd love to play a new Ski Region Sim. In this engine, it looks stunning. Has a new graphics card going. It's going pretty good. I've been trying my damnedest to push it, but every time I try, either a game limitation gets in the way or my CPU bottlenecks. Which is a good state of affairs, honestly. To bring forward to console, can't do that. Can't bring forward to console, they need a forward license, which they're never going to be able to afford. I'd like to see more John Deeres, more old John Deeres. I disagree. I think Giants should split their focus, not necessarily just drop an entire game. Like sausage for dinner? No, it's pork steaks. Or pork chops. Pork steaks? That's not a thing. Pork chops for dinner, so I'm looking forward to that. I think Giants dropping Farm Sim would be a terrible idea. Giants using Farm Sim to... Here's kind of one route Giants could take. I'm not saying this is what they should do, but this is what they could do. They could use Farm Sim to fund development, number one, expansion of their team. Is that seeds? No, it's fertilizer. They could use Farm Sim to fund expansion of the development team and maybe double in size. If the finances were good enough for that. I don't know what the actual Giants' finances are. And have that team working on small games. Appeal more to the British community. The British market is tiny. If anything, I think Farm Sim should try and cater more towards America. $11.74. I'm not arguing that point. I kind of agree. The release date of Farm Sim was atrocious. The League, I think, might get some people back interested. It's definitely bringing attention to Farm Sim. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But the League, I think, is doing what it was intended to do, and getting eyes on the game. Just get American brands, more John Deere, more New Holland, Chevy maybe Ford. The problem with Chevy and Ford, it's really frustrating to me that I have to keep saying this. Is like, they can't just say this brand is going to be in the game. They have to get a license, and Chevy and Ford have, you know, big, huge names, which means their licenses are going to cost a butt ton. It's just not something Giants could really justify doing. I think 21 might manage to save it somehow with Class. But you know, Class might be looking at the way the farm sim's performing and saying, well, hang on a second, this... Yeah, the John Deere costs a lot. Yeah, but John Deere's all farming equipment. Ford don't make farming equipment anymore. I think the chances of John Deere DLC are high, because that is easy money for Giants. People want more John Deere, and Giants want more money. People are going to buy John Deere DLC. I think it's a no-brainer that there should be one. Whether there will be one is a different matter, but I think there should. It's stupid that they need licenses. Well, I mean, the brands have to protect their trademarks. FS21's gonna, like, if 19 is anything to go by, FS21's gonna struggle to get traction. Because the apathy is... I've never seen this before in Farm Sim. And what really sucks is that the guys in Giants are trying their damnedest. They're absolutely trying their damnedest to, you know, get the game to be as good as it can be. But the problem with 19, and I think what happened to the MP, the server's broken at the moment, woodshed. I actually did want to do MP today, but on backup plan, which is Meadow Grove. It's been rebooting since 3 AM and I can't. I have zero control over it. If it's still broken tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll ping off a message to Nitrado guys and see if I can't get them to physically restart the server or something. But as of right now, the server's bricked. They didn't make any John Deere implements. That's what Deere C should be full of. Those 9R and 9RT tractors. I don't think the 9Rs will come in. I don't think the 9R or 9RT will come in. For the simple reason of, you look at that end of the equipment scale. Let's bring up the shop here real quick and show you. Well, my logic is here. Let's look at the large tractors and where the 9R and 9RT would fit in. Well, they'd really fit in about here. You know, just about, we'll say with the 900 Vario 700. Yeah. I don't know, they fit in here with the T9. So you got the T9, the MT800, the MT900, the 1100, the quad, and the quad track, and that's where a 9R and 9RX would fit in. They just don't. It's overly clustered at this end of the equipment scale. I'd prefer to see more smaller John Deeres. I prefer to see vintage stuff as well. The build your own farm thing was a good idea in principle, in theory. I think in practice it's not worked. I think I'm saying I think a lot. Let's just preface everything I say with I think before I say it, because this is going to... Otherwise I'm just going to say I think this, I think that, I think the other, whatever. The best route for 21 would be to not focus on graphics. Now that would annoy people as well. But if Giants were to keep the same graphics as 19... It's a bit of a gamble, but this is something that might work. Keep the same graphics as 19 and just bring in sweeping changes to gameplay. You know, have seasons in the base game. Have difficulty sliders of some description where you can turn on realism features like equipment breakdowns, like, you know, maintenance being doubled or trebled or something like that. Granted, it isn't realistic, but it'd be something for balance reasons, where, you know, something where maybe crop prices are halved and equipment maintenance is doubled, so you have to work efficiently. Dynamic terrain would break the game in its current state. Dynamic terrain wouldn't work. Gameplay is more important. Yeah, I think that's the mistake that Giants have made kind of historically. It's not something they've only made this mistake recently. It's something that's kind of always been there. I think they've got the graphics down now. I think they've got something that looks modern and doesn't really need too much tweaking, and they can get away with keeping it much the same for 21. What they need to focus on for 21 is gameplay. New crops, new styles of farming, a complete overhaul of the placeable system again, because the overhaul for 19 just hasn't worked. Maybe go back to basics with the placeables. A second-hand equipment market would be really good, especially if there was some sort of machinery breakdown mechanic. Now, the problem with the machinery breakdown mechanic is the brands might get a bit uppity about that. The likes of John Deere, New Holland might get a bit uppity about, you know, a game where their tractors break down, but Giants could come back to it and say, well, they break down in real life. You know, you're not going to have a magic tractor that's always going to work. There is going to be a time where it's used very heavily and something breaks, or something just stops working for whatever reason, not through bad manufacturing, but it just stops. And, you know, some sort of breakdown system where there's like a certain percentage chance of a machine breaking down brand new. And it'd be like a 0.01% chance, we'll say, brand new. And as the equipment gets older and you put more hours on it, that chance slowly, I would say just for gameplay reasons, fairly quickly ticks up. So after, we'll say, 30 hours, you've got, we'll say, a 20% chance of the machine breaking down. And, you know, you can replace the part that is worn the most. Maybe even a full-on wear system, instead of just, like, the entire machine getting a blanket wear state. Break it down into, like, with seeders, you know, wheel, drill, box. And just kind of break the equipment down into constituent pieces, generalized constituent pieces, but still. I think you can get away. I think Giants could kind of get away with that and have the brands be okay with it. More stuff like vineyards, orchards, stuff like that also should come in. But Sim, I think you'll agree that 21 should be focused more on gameplay than a new brand or a number of equipment pieces that is in the game. They're kind of false metrics to measure farm sim by. I think gameplay is, you know, it's a game. At the end of the day, it's a game. And gameplay and how the game plays, to me at least, and probably to a lot of people, is almost more important than how it looks. Granted, looks are a nice bonus, but they're not the be-all and end-all of playing. Optional manual attach, even, would be a great step forward. Maybe big bags that are actually bags and not just magic pallets. No, I don't want to buy that one. I want to buy this one because it's slightly better value. You're just... There's a lot that can be done that isn't going to change how Simcade Farm Sim is, and it's always going to be Simcade. That's the aim of the game, is Simcade. Do I have a PS4? No. It was a 15 slot bags. I like the I don't know if you've used it yet, Sim, but the big bag mod that isn't 17, that is what I like. That's existed in real life as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining about them. They're just, I think it'd be interesting if they included the bags, the bagged form as well. They do listen, Stephen. It's just that some of the stuff the community suggests would ruin game balance. Scorpion King, he's not. He's Sim, have you opened OBS and accidentally gone live again? You should get it and cut the... Okay, that I would be fine with. If you could make your own seed... See, that's something that I disagree with, Stephen, for one very simple reason. That is, most farms don't do that. Most farms will just buy seeds from a distributor. Your PC is off. Yeah, that good reason there, Sam. GPS in game, that I don't think will happen, Bob, because the console controls are basically fully saturated now. I don't think putting GPS in would be possible. Yeah, some of the suggestions people make aren't possible because the console just can't handle it. Only as soon as you can make your own seed. Landy's streaming, you think? Scorpion King, are you just gonna make things up until I stop streaming? It's a Saturday, Landy's not streaming. Those damn consoles. Bones first. Some sort of marker so you can see where you've sprayed would be nice. Multi-terrain angle would be really nice, but it's one of those things that I don't think Giants will ever want to do. What I'd love to see, and I don't know how this would impact balance, would be... I don't think it'd impact it too much, would be some sort of composting mechanic where there's like, something that would look similar to a silage pit, but for compost. And you put like excess grass and straw and stuff in there and just leave it for X amount of time in game and you get compost out of it. I think the biggest change Giants could and should make is a new overhaul again. The forever suggestion. An overhaul of hired workers. That is just forever going to be a suggestion. When the time comes, I should make a video of what I want in episode of base game. I don't anticipate being a farm sim YouTuber by the time that comes around. Yeah, I think compost should come into the game. Because like at the moment all you can do, you can mod it in Chai, and I'm aware of that, but like base game mechanic. At the moment all you can do with grass, we'll say, is turn it into silage, which You know, granted, it makes you a lot of money, but I feel like there's more you could do. I feel like they could expand upon, you know, grass and straw and stuff. And like, yeah, you can sell the bales, but why sell them when you can make something else useful out of them? I think that's something that should be looked at. These Arcare wheels, you'll find that they're so wide that the weight is spread across 5 miles. Give it on a farm sim by then. I'm hoping to. I might well be as well. Do you know what really needs to come back though? And I think this is going to be a popular suggestion. Is the Coke cans make it? Yeah, I know. I'm going to sort my room out in the next few days. A return of the little milk truck from FS13. The little milk float that just toddled around the map. That needs to come back. That needs to come back. Because that was the single best thing about FS13. Return of FS13 in general. In terms of game longevity, FS13 traffic, yeah. Traffic from FS13 was godlike. In terms of longevity, more support for modders. There can never be too much support for modders. I see the machines. That I don't think will work on console. Again, you got you've got the issue of controls there. You have to set it yourself, Eddie Boo. They told you they had an idea? Did they tell you what the idea was? And if so, could you send it me on Facebook? Because I have not heard this myself. Yeah, traffic actually behaving like humans instead of just driving along with the splines. What farmer delivers his own milk? The farm sim farmer. They have IC style, they don't have IC. What's my favorite engine? The one that goes vroom vroom in the vehicle. Actually, no, I do have a favorite engine. It's the Ford Cosworth DFV. And that is the Formula 1 engine, or the engine that was for Formula 1 for like 20 years. Crash state traffic. That's, yeah. That's FS13 traffic, is it not? Like the deers? I don't know what happened to the deers. I think they didn't work, so Giants kind of quietly just decided not to do them. Hey, Barn Lodge. You just said engine in general, didn't you, Luke? They crashed and vanished. Oh. In terms of like my favorite engine of all time, it is the F1 engine from the Saturn V. The Falcon 9 engine is quite good as well. And I'm quite liking the Raptor. That's looking very promising. What's my favorite brand? Oof, probably Pepsi. I mean, they make Pepsi Max, so that's a damn good reason to like Pepsi. Back from work, welcome back, Barn Lodge. Or welcome, whichever. Lilt. Do you know, I don't like Lilt. Bola or Cosworth YB? I have no idea what those are. Nice like homing doesn't go amiss as well. To be fair, Sim, I don't like most fizzy drinks. Am I being sponsored by the... excuse me, the truck is no longer a fabric conditioner truck. Because the amount of headaches it gave me actually annoyed me. I think the 2-year cycle is getting to the point where it's not possible anymore. Maybe they need to go to a 3 or 4-year cycle of Farm Sim. I don't only like Pepsi, I'll drink Coke as well. Duratec or EcoBoost, oh good lord. Repairs on buildings. Yeah, or like, and this is an idea that probably would be possible, but I don't know if it'll work very well. Would be when you place something, it doesn't just magically appear there. That if there is a period of time. It'd be a lot of work for modders, but I think it'd be really cool if you place a placeable and like it it builds up over time where like bits appear every let's say, just for the sake of a gameplay, 2 to 3 in-game hours, and it takes like a day for a shed to be built and maybe a day and a half for something else, and you know, it's all tweakable by modders. I think that'd be really cool as a slow B pack did that in 17 to an extent. But like that'd be something that'd definitely be a cool and interesting way to change the placeable system. It would also work a bit better with the place your own farm thing, where it's not just like you instantly get a farmyard. Oh, you did, didn't you? Yeah, something like that'd be kind of cool. Like you gotta do some forestry to get wood for your sheds or whatever. Like there's a lot that could be tweaked, and I'm gonna argue improved with the placeable system. And I don't think the place everything idea is something that was particularly good. Which is a bit of a shame, because I like the basic idea of being able to build your own farm. I don't like the idea of it just magically appearing though. I like the idea of it maybe building up over time. Yeah, I've got nothing against the terraforming tool. That's actually a really good idea. It's my favorite tractor brand, just because the colors are nice, class. I don't particularly have a favorite as such. Like, I like class, I like JCB. Maybe a bit more than the others. New Holland, I like the color blue. I am forever and a day going to love red things, so Massey and Case kind of get my vote. John Deere I like, they make some interesting looking things at times. Valtra I like because they can be whatever the hell color you want. If Giants took an extra year, if they made the 2-year cycle into a 3-year cycle, I think the game would be much different. Because it would allow time for new features to be fleshed out. And it would give the QA team a bit more time to work on stuff. Yeah, kind of prevent the issues that existed in 19. Or, if not prevent them, then mitigate against them. More animals in 21. Goats, I think, would be pretty cool as an animal. I don't think there's many more animals you can really add. I think maybe adding beekeeping again, adding it back and fleshing that out would be kind of cool. I think what causes the boredom towards the end of the cycle, Adiboo, is people know that it's a 2-year cycle, and they just kind of get into this mood where like, oh, Farm Sim's only gonna be around for another 6 months, so why should I bother doing this or that or the other? If it's a 3-year cycle, you'll notice that it's squeezing around. Do I like mowing fields? Yes. You'll notice that the burnout moves. Because it happens in every other game. It's like the burnout moves to whenever the cycle is ending. Can I move this? No. Nathan, I have a request. Can you make this tire pick-upable? Could you make it dynamic, please? Also, these things. Oh, that doesn't even... This doesn't have collisions, Nathan. I found a... Oh, maybe it does, and I've just got... Oh, Nathan, this doesn't have collisions. Fix it. Dave does random bug testing. A lot of bits are removed in the update. I'm not even sure what the hell this is. Yeah. With any game, a longer development cycle is going to make things less broken. I'm going to give the cows some food. But I need to buy a thing for the foods. Animals... Let's buy... I guess we're gonna go cheap and cheerful with it. Let's buy the babun. Right, come here, you Kramer, little bugger. Check my white after the stream, a game I like very much. Ooh, interesting. If it's Dead Stick Sim, I'm going to shout at you. Because I swear you did that before, where you're like, hey, this Dead Stick game looks... Oh no, that was Rob. That was Rob. He was saying, oh, that Dead Stick game looks really interesting. Yes, me and Landy have only been talking about it for the last 3 months. Rocket game? Ooh. Sim just wants a way to make wine because he's an alcoholic. That's all Sim cares about in Farm Sim is he wants to make wine and cider. But I think generally Sim wants the same thing we all do, which is just expansion of the good stuff and tweaking of the bad stuff. Yeah, more of the stuff we like, less of the stuff we don't. Check Daniel's distillery, please. Could you at least choose a good whiskey brand, Sam, instead of some bourbon nonsense? Something like Jameson's or Jameson's. Can I pick bales up with this thing? Because I know this is a bale shredder, I'm just not entirely sure how it works. Right. This looks ridiculous. Nothing else needs to be attached, so let's go see how this thing works. Jameson's tastes like water. Have you ever had proper Jameson's, Sim? Give yourself some JD. You call yourself Irish, enjoying bourbon. Good lord. I mean, Jack Daniels is nice with Coke, but you shouldn't have to make... You shouldn't have to mix with... You shouldn't have to mix whiskey with anything. This is my big issue with bourbon. And Johnny Walker Black, that is... Was it Johnny Walker? No, Johnny Walker Blue even. Whatever the really cheap Johnny Walker is, that's atrocious unless you put Coke in with it. Bailey's all... I'm with you there. Bailey's is nice. So I've never used this thing and I have no idea how it works, so let's give it a try. This is probably going to break things horrifically, but oh well. Let's just skip through here. Honey eject... What the hell? No. Okay, I think I need to tweak my graphics settings a bit more. Because they still don't seem very happy. Okay, can I scoop a bale with this? I'm fairly confident this is not how this is supposed to be used. But it does work. I'm not sure which one of these is for bales. This one. This one. Here's the question. If it's stupid but it works, is it really stupid in the end of the day? Because like this is a really dumb way to work this, but it works, so I'm counting it as a good idea. The agreement is that it isn't stupid as long as it works. Yes, it's just stupid that works. Sorry, Ennis, you've been overruled by Carturix the Angry Man. Carturix, I don't know if you've been here the entire stream. I can't fix the server at the moment. It's broken on the Nitrado site. There is nothing I can do. Please don't get angry. It's stuck in a reboot for the last 12 hours and I'm not entirely sure what to do to fix it. You know, please, Carturix, please calm down. That unbridled anger right there. Look at it. See the aggressiveness with which she said, I know. Just do an efficient cleanup of the trailer here. Perfection itself. See, look, even Yanis is upset that the server's down. He doesn't play Farm Sim. The server being down has ruined Yanis's day. Come on, pick up a bale. Got one. Excuse me, Queeving, this is the best way because it's saving on equipment. How many pieces of equipment do you usually need to put straw into a shed? Many. How many am I using? One. You usually need many equipment. I am using one equipment. This is clearly the most efficient way to do this job. And therefore it is the best. Also, I've just realized that all those bales are actually in the manure pit. So this could get very interesting very quickly. But I think Nathan said the manure actually spawns inside in the shed, so we should be okay. See, look at how skilled... Oh, crap. Look at how skilled I am, he says as he drops a bale. Look at how magnificent this bale is at flipping. This is totally what I'm supposed to be doing right now. This is totally working perfectly. Nothing is going wrong right now. Come on. Get into the Bailey me jig. There we go. Bailey me jig, why do you not work now? There we go. I think it was angered that I was trying to reverse in. And see, look, there's actually straw on the ground. We've given the cows a whole... not very much of straw. And using the MP server, I haven't checked it during the stream, but last I heard Farming Boy it was... well, last I am aware it's still down. This is not a bale fork built in? No, this is one that you just scoop the bale with. This isn't the one of the base game ones. This is a modded one. And the best way I can determine to use it, and I'm sure it's not how it's supposed to be used, is to scoop the bale with it. Because see, look, you can get it to go right down onto the ground. And you can do a scoopy. Oh no, not a wheelie, a scoopy. I was doing some graphics cards stuff. Yeah, I got a bit overexcited and landed to get one bit wrong. I was not listening to the air traffic control in Dublin Airport. I decided against that, but I was plain nerding about it because I kind of like, apart from wanting to know exactly where it was, I wanted to see what kind of planes it was on. Because it went on an MD-11F, which no airline flies an MD-11 passenger version anymore. The last one was KLM, and they retired theirs in a few years ago. Come on. I'm just going in circles with this plan. Oh, that time it nearly worked. Scoopy? No. No more straw for the cows, I guess. No, they'll get more straw. It's just a case of finding the right bale to try and flip. They can get more straw. This is cost-efficient cow strawing. But I think, therefore I am probably being stupid again. I think it's time to end the stream. I want to try and get my room tidied, and now's actually a really good time to do it because my sister's going to work in a couple of hours. So I don't need to worry about being quiet. So I think I'll end the stream here, and if I was being really cost efficient, oh, that would work too. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with hopefully some multiplayer if I can get the server to work. Otherwise, more Meadow Grove or maybe some Oakfield. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.